Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to pass values to a method. Okay, just using parameters and all that. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is open Eclipse, and then here in the package that I created before, I'm going to right click and just select class and give it a name. Like, let me call it pass parameters class. Okay, just call it any way you want. I'm gonna select the main method and I'm gonna click finish. Okay, so now I have a class here. Right, so the first thing I want to do is just declare a variable. So I'm gonna declare an integer, right? Integer, and say age, and say let's say 35. Okay, and let's declare another variable. Let's say string, and let's call it name. Okay, and let's say Jorge. Okay, Jorge. Okay, let's say first name, right? First name Jorge, right? And let's say string, last name Rodriguez. Okay, Rodriguez. It's just the last name. It could be anything, right? It could be any last name. Now, what I'm gonna do, I want to pass these three values here: the age, the first name, and the last name. I want to pass it to another method that's going to print this. Okay, so let me create a method outside the main method, right? Remember that methods cannot be created inside methods. So I'm going to create another method here. I'm going to say public void, because it's not returning anything, it's just void. I'm going to give it a name. Let's say that the name is printText, right? And I'm going to receive the three values, right? So let me say age, right? Let me receive the age, the first name, and the last name, right? So I'm going to receive that. Okay. Now, let me now call this method. The name is print age, right? I'm going to call it, and I'm going to say pass the age, the first name, and the last name, right? I'm gonna pass that. Actually, here is lowercase. Okay, I'm gonna pass that. So I'm gonna say here int, because it's an integer. Don't forget that, right? Here say is a string, right? And here is a string. You see, I am passing these values. Okay, I'm passing these values. So I'm gonna put here static. I'm going to pass in these values here, right? I'm going to call in this method here. I'm going to call it. I'm going to pass this value, this value, this value. Now, whatever is here is going to be exactly these values, because I'm passing it from one method to the other, right? Now, if I say system that out that print, right? Print ln, and I say, for example, age, guess what's going to print? Let's say 35. You see, the beauty of this is that I'm not printing in the main method. I'm printing in the method that I created outside the main, but I'm passing the values. You see the values, how I pass them here: age, first name, last name. So whatever, I can name this anything I want. I can say age or a. I can say first name. I can say fn, right? Or I can say last name. I can say ln. So any name that you put here, of course this has to match, right? Because I changed that. So any name that you put here, right, has to match whatever you print here, right? So the name doesn't matter here. Where the name matters is when you pass the values. because they have to be exactly what you have here, right? So I'm gonna print. I'm gonna just keep, just for the sake of make this more understandable. I'm gonna keep the same values. It could, remember, it could be any name, right? It could be the name. I want to keep the same names. Okay. So now I want to print. I want to say, okay, I want to say my name. So my name. Sorry. My name is, and then I'm gonna put the name, right? My name is, like it says here, first name, right? Sorry, first name. My name is first name, right? First name, and then it has to be with the last name, right? I put last name, right? Last name, right? And I can say, and my age is age. You see? So that's how you print it. You get the values from here, and then you print it. But now we're gonna have a problem. Okay? Let's print this. So we have here that the last name and the first name, they are together, and I don't like that. So what I can do here is, when it says George here, I can leave a space. Okay? Now if I print it, right, we have the space here. Or another way is I keep it the way it was, and here between this name I can say this. You see? That's another way, right? So when I print it, we still have the space. Okay, guys? So I hope you understood this. It's not difficult. It's just you have the values here, and then you call the method. This is a method call. You pass the values that we created here, these variables that we initialize here, and then when we receive the values, we should have 3 parameters, right? These are the parameters. They have to match this 3 here. If I eliminate 1, then I'm gonna have a problem. It's gonna give me an error. You see the error here? The error, it has to have 3. But if I eliminate this, now it shouldn't have any problem. Of course, I have this because last name doesn't exist in this section here. So what I'm gonna do is just put it back to where it was, and it all comes back to normal. Okay, guys. I hope you liked it, and I see you in the next video.